buzz on your screen, where every vid's a gorgeous dream. Reactions full of light and fun, empowerment for everyone.
After I found out my husband was cheating on me while he was at work, I picked up the entire house and moved it. This is the story time about how it all started. We had been together since high school. She had been with him since high school as well. She knew that he had got married, had children, and the relationship continued. I received a text message one day, and that text message was a gallery of photos of a whole bunch of dates that him and this other woman had went on. I knew exactly who she was. I knew who her family was. We had grew up together in the same neighborhood. So at the plant, he would have to go away for work from time to time. He was actually going out of town for her birthday. He was taking her on trips for anniversary. This was going on for 23 years, and I had no idea. His entire family knew. All of his friends knew. And when I came around, everybody treated me like nothing was going on. So everybody was in on it. I continued to collect my evidence. I got logins to all of the accounts. I was watching money movement. First of the month, he was paying her rent. And we had 4 kids to take care of. And it was quite often that he would tell me he didn't have the money to pay for this, or he didn't have the money to pay for that. There was an air tag in his vehicle, and he didn't know. So I would see him go to her house at the beginning of every month. I knew it was her house because the address was listed on the internet. So one day, we went on vacation. When we came back, I had to work that Monday. And it was time for me to leave work. And I lived in another parish. And something told me not to go home. So I went to the place where he normally would be at that time of the day after he got off from work. The street was empty. Something told me to go to that address that I had seen online. I drove to her house. He was there. His vehicle was backed into a parking space in hopes that I wouldn't be able to see the license plate. If for some reason I should be able to find out where he was some kind of way, I couldn't see the license plate, as if I couldn't recognize the vehicle. I knew it was his vehicle. I later found out she had been pregnant for him several times, but the kids did not live. She was barren and could not have kids. Friend, I'm going to call you back tomorrow. I found out my husband was cheating on me, and while he was at work, I had the entire house picked up off of the land and had it moved. This is the story time about how it all started, part 2. We had been together for 23 years. I was his girlfriend in high school. We went to different high schools. He also had a girlfriend at the high school that he was at that I had no idea that he had. It was a random morning at 1:00 a.m. when I received an unexpected text message with a load of photos of him and this other female. I'm sure she got my phone number out of his phone. I started finding out things so quickly until I thought I was literally about to lose my mind. I found out my mother knew. When I told her, she laughed. She said she knew that already. But because he came around and he fed into the vice that she had, the addiction that she had, she kept the secret away from me. All that time, she was clearly understanding exactly what was happening, and she didn't say a word. Just like most people, nobody said a thing. I went to see his grandmother in the nursing home. She had dementia and Alzheimer's. And she was just sitting there, and she said, he got a baby, 2 of them, a boy and a girl. They grandmother work here. And I said, who has a baby, Mama? She says, your husband got a baby. He got 2 babies, a boy and a girl. You didn't know that? I met the nurse. Her daughter had a son and a daughter for him. These children were ages 5 and 7. And they were his. There was a female in my job that actually knew. I had a photo of him and my children that we had taken together. It was a family photo, and I put it on the desk one day at work. And she actually told me, and this was after I had found out about this other girl. She walked up and she said, I know him. And so I asked her, I was like, how do you know him? And she said, that's such and such boyfriend. Such and such boyfriend. Who is he to you? It's my husband. She walked off. He hid it. All those years. Not just a double life. Triple, quadruple, octo life. That's how many lives he had. I didn't know him for real. It was apparent that I didn't know him for real. Toward the end, when it was closer to the time for me to make my big move while he was at work, I started losing my hair. And that's when I found out in researching her page that she had been going to a lady in New Orleans, and she put roots on me. Not only did she put roots on me, but I found Nair in my hair products that I didn't say anything. I just moved the house off of the land. He got my 2 youngest children, switched their school, and moved them into a house that him and the 23-year girlfriend, side chick, sister wife was living in. He took my kids. I didn't see my kids for over a year. My youngest son, I almost missed his high school graduation. But I called the school. And when I called the school, I found out the graduation was in 2 days. So I went. Friend. After I found out my husband was cheating on me while he was at work, I picked up the entire house off of the land and had it moved without him knowing. Part 3. He cheated for 23 years, and my own mother knew. His family knew. All of his friends knew. And they never said anything. He had multiple women, several children that I knew nothing about. How did he escape child support? I'm really not sure. 2 weeks after I had the house moved off of the land, when the new buyer came to pick it up, I went to the school to pick up my 2 youngest kids, and they were not there. I found out that he transferred my children to the neighborhood that his 23-year side chick lived in, whom house he was moving into, and I couldn't do anything about it because legally I'm a parent and legally he is a parent. There was no proof in the system that he would cause them any harm, so I had no other choice but to just sit it out. He refused to allow them to talk to me. If they talked to me, then they would get in trouble with him and he would not deal with them anymore. He knew how important my kids were to me. He just knew that he would finish me by taking my children because of how near and dear my children are to me and how close we are and the type of relationship that we have and how deep my love is for them and how deep their love is for me. I was able to go to their previous school to find out what school they were transferred to. One of the teachers at the school assisted me with it. It was near graduation time at the school they had been transferred to. I called that school, found out when my son was graduating, and I showed up to the graduation. Ironically enough, this is just how God works. I didn't even see him and her. I walked out of graduation after graduation was over and walked straight into my son and the class that he was graduating with. I was able to talk to my son, spend time with him, hug him, take pictures with him, and I left, and it seemed as if I was never there. That's just how protected I am. So I went on a dating app. I had no experience in talking to other men, how to flirt, and how to make conversations. At 3 weeks, I got notification that it was about to expire. And I was going to cancel it, but something told me not to, so I didn't cancel it. And I checked my messages, and there was a message that had been sitting. I allowed it to sit for at least a week, and then that day, I responded. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. It was about 7 months into our relationship when he mentioned his family, and I started to ask questions. Come to find out, that was her cousin, the side chick of 23 years. Family talk started, but when we came out on social media with our relationship and it got back to him, he no longer wanted my kids to live with him. Now he thought my life was too easy and I had too much freedom, and he put my kids out. My kids then reached out to me, and I got my kids back. Hold on, friend. Call you right here. Because I married her cousin, and my ex became my cousin-in-law, and so did she. I found out my husband was cheating. I never confronted him, stayed with him another year while I planned the ultimate get back. Part 4. Before I moved the house off of the land while he was at work, The woman he cheated with kept it secret all those years until one day she did. That phone that I never checked, I got logged into the cell phone bill, changed the bill plan to bill detail, and started getting statements with all of his incoming calls, outgoing calls, incoming texts, and outgoing texts. Those checking and savings accounts that I paid little attention to, I got logins to those too. I created my own profile, started moving money from the account. He was waiting for a large settlement to come in that he had been waiting on for 5 years that was due to come in 3 months. I started moving that money in small increments where he would not notice to an account that I opened that was separate. I knew in order for me to protect that money from the divorce that would be coming up, I would have to move it in advance, and I had to wait until the inheritance got into an account that we were joint on, and I did just that. I put the house up for sale on the internet that Monday after the Saturday the 23-year mistress sent me the gallery of photos of them and exposed him. And the house had been on sale up until the date that it was actually moved from the land, and he had no idea. He was too busy living all of his double lives. I had purchased that home in cash with all of my own money, and his name was not on it. From the information I collected, I found that there were 3 important women. The 23-year mistress, the woman who had the 2 kids for him that were ages 5 and 7, and there was a female in the hood who had just had a newborn. She agreed to not tell him that I knew about her. I reached out to her and we met up. She was a game runner. She thought she was about to run game on me, but I ran game on her. I made her a part of the settlement that I received in a divorce. She was sued for alienation of affection. She knew about the marriage. I understand. He knew about the marriage too. But because she was a willing participant in the demise of the marriage, she had to pay too. That was the ultimate team up. I celebrated holidays and birthdays and sent her baby gifts, and she thought she was finessing me, but I knew that I would get double for my trouble. And then there was the 23-year mistress. I owed her something special. She made sure that when she let me know about their relationship, she also let me know that she always knew about me, always knew about my kids, but she could care less. She told me that she rolled my man backwards. I had something for her. I had already joined her family. We had become cousin-in-laws because I was engaged to be married to her cousin. On top of that, I had kids for him, and there were several other women who had kids for him, all while she was barren. I made sure she knew about those other people as well. I also found out he was cheating with one of her friends. She lived 2 hours away working at a plant. He was in our city with the best friend, living his best life. So I made sure she knew about her best friend and the man that she rolled backwards. The photos of him and her friend, the voice memos that the friend would send to him, and the videos of him and the friend in the act must have really did something to her. Something like a mental health change. Don't that sound familiar? She ended up transferring job locations, popped up at his job with him and the friend, which was his other woman. There was a big fight and scuffle, and they all lost their jobs. I never said anything to him, remember? So when he came home, he was upset and angry. He kept leaving every day like he was going to work, and I knew he had got fired, but he just couldn't say anything. He didn't know where any of it was coming from. How did I get the passcode to his cell phone, you ask? I set up a mirror perfectly in the bedroom near the bed where he would sit and hold his phone to unlock his phone to kind of scroll, you know. I was able to get the password, and one night he came in a little too full, and he was unaware of what was going on. So I went through the phone and saved all of these things to my phone. I planned the ultimate get back, all while he was right there in my face for over a year. So when I moved the house from the land while he was at work without him knowing, him returning to the house that he thought he had, the element of surprise in that, I disconnected his phone while the house was being moved. I changed my phone numbers. I'm losing his wife, his children, his job, his stability, and then his 23-year mistress, because of all of what she knew he had did in the time that she thought she was the one, was just enough. The wedding with her cousin, after he threatened to unalive me, was televised. It's just never fun when the rabbit got the bad friend.
Bison copying the wife again.
After I found out my husband was cheating while he was at work, I picked up the entire house off of the land and had it moved without him knowing. He cheated for 23 years. His family knew. All of his friends knew. And I told my mother what was going on. She laughed. She said she knew that already. And when I came around, everybody treated me like nothing was going on. So everybody was in on it. I was the only person that didn't know. I later found out she had been pregnant for him several times, but the kids did not live. She was barren and could not have kids. I put the house up for sale on the internet that Monday after the Saturday the 23-year mistress sent me the gallery of photos of them and exposed him. And the house had been on sale up until the date that it was actually moved from the land, and he had no idea. He was too busy living all of his double lives. He picked up my youngest 2 kids from school one day, switched their schools, moved them into the house that him and his 23-year side chick had just purchased. Wouldn't allow me to see them for over. It's just never fun when the rabbit got the... You know the best way to take care of a man? Don't. I was married for 23 years. That man cheated on me for 23 years. I plotted my get back for an entire year. I was going on vacations. I was still going to family dinners. I was still having Christmas and Thanksgiving like nothing was going on. And I was plotting the whole time. And everybody involved that I can find, I got them. I got several comments from people saying, oh, you did too much. You should have just left. I feel like 23 years of my time was too much. I need to see you pay. I need to see you pay a little bit before I go. I don't know how nobody else feel about it. And you can judge who you want to judge. This is my life, not yours. I need to see something right quick. Because who you playing with? I was once engaged to a man. And that man said that we would be celibate together because he knew my morals and my values, and he knew what my standards were and how I didn't want to be a promiscuous woman. And you know what I found out 3 months after standing at that altar in front of that pastor with them vows, that man had went and got his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, pregnant while we were engaged. During the year engagement, his relationship had never ended with that woman. He had a baby 3 months before the date of the wedding. I didn't find out until after, but it was the night of the wedding that I had a dream. And I had a dream that this man showed me a baby. He had his head down, tears running down his face. And I asked him in the dream, was it his? And he told me no. That baby had his face, every feature. That baby had his eyes. That baby had his mouth. That baby had his nose. And that's when I decided that I would not turn in that marriage certificate. Because if the marriage certificate is not turned in, the marriage is not valid and it's not on paper in the courthouse. I held on to it. And you know what happened? 3 months after the wedding, I was served with child support papers and a paternity request paper because this man pretended to be who I said I needed the whole time. And he was never there. So when I say don't take care of a man, I mean don't take care of a man. No struggle of. Don't help him till he get on his feet. Don't help him until he figure it out. Don't wait on him. Don't provide for him, waiting for him to return it to you. Don't live off those fake promises. When I get this, I'm going to do this. No, if you don't have it now, I don't have nothing for you. You don't have nothing for me. I don't have nothing for you. Don't build him up because he will use you to build him. And as soon as he gets to a place where he feel comfortable, he will be with another woman on you. That is what they do. I'm not saying that they all do, but what I'm saying is a large majority of them, they do just that. They do just that. They are in it to get what they want to get out of it. Don't give them another chance. And don't teach them what to be for you. Your job is to just let them. Once you let them be exactly who they're going to be, if they're not for you, let them go. Don't try to make them change into what you need them to be. He not the one. If he not that already, he not the one. Girl, leave him. You give him your boundaries. You tell him what you will and will not tolerate. And then once he cross your boundaries, you don't give second chances. You know what second chances is? a way to make you a second chance fool. You want to be a fool a second time? Because he going to do it worse. He going to do it worse the next time. He going to do it. You can't stick around me and do it worse next time, because up here, I'm not wrapped too tight. I can't do second chances. Your first chance almost got you. Oh, okay. I'm trying to help you. Don't come playing with me. I don't like to play. I'm too grown to play now. Absolutely too grown to play now. Don't play with me. How many fishes it got in the sea, friend? How many fish? 1 fish? 2 fish? Stop acting like it ain't got no more. It got some more. It got some more men. It got a lot of more men. Please don't come over here messing up, because I don't mind being alone. And to my my sister wife, turned cousin, I know it's hurting. When that karma comes, it comes unexpectedly. It comes in times when you think you got away with what you got away with, and you find out you ain't get away with what you got away with, and then it hit you. Boom. I know your friend and my ex is having a good old time. They laughing and they taunting you like you laughed and taunted me. You see how that feel? It's too late now. You wasted your good 23 years. No kids, no husband. You wasted your best years on a man that wasn't yours. And for him to drop you the way that he did, for him to sneak around with your friend the way that he did, for him to move out of your house and now live with your friend is mind-blowing. No matter what you did to me, I feel sorry for you. That's that hurt. You have to know you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Because when you plant good seeds, you reap good harvest. When you plant bad seeds, what happened?
Creep on in, on in, on in, on in.
Crack of dawn or twilight gray. Feel the power come what may. Pop the cork on wisdom's flow. Watch it light the dark aglow. Every reaction waves
I got fire on in.
of the strength you never lack. Sip the secret slow and deep. Let the strength within you see. In the dark of late night glow, champagne secrets start to show. Lace the night with velvet dreams. Whisper low beneath the seams. In the bubbles, truth will rise. Where empowerment never lies. Every clip a spark ignites. Midnight whispers take their flights. In your glass you'll find the key to the power that sets you free. Sip the secret slow and deep. Let the strength within you seep. In the dark of late night glow, champagne secrets start to show. courage, loud, sincere. Crack of dawn or twilight gray. Feel the power come what may. Pop the cork on wisdom's flow. Watch it light the dark aglow. Every reaction waves the flag of the strength you never lack. Sip the secret slow and deep. Let the strength